in itself. You should be worried about that. If someone has under level Scarlet.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the biggest legend diff levels that we've seen, at least in our casting block, where we had the level 100 Scarlet versus a level 39 Ragnar. So, yeah. I mean, you could argue still, like, is it that big of a deal? I mean, in terms of just, like, the mastery of the legend, maybe. But we're already seeing Ailzo put in a lot of effort in this neutral game, keeping Navarro at bay and almost on the side of the stage already with just the axe alone.
So far, they're just trading hits back and forth, the hammer hits, trading with the axe hits. And I will mention that Ailzo doesn't play this Ragnar often. I think this is another thing where it kind of could hurt you. We know that that Navarro is only going to play Scarlet. You can just check that for yourself. 45 Scarlet games across 45 tournaments. There's nothing else. There's just nothing else there. Ailzo has 20 games on the Asuri, but that low force, low defense option into the Scarlet is the riskier option here when you could just lock in the Ragnar, get a balanced set of stats, and get that axe into the lens.
Yeah, the axe is just such a tried and true weapon here, and I mean, even the signature options are just so good for coverage. We just saw neutral state come out from Ailzo against Navarro from the air, who tried to find some effectiveness with the hammer but was unable to do so. And so Navarro now, having to play purely for the hammer punish game, does return with that lance, but again, it's only so effective when you have someone like Ailzo who can just slide charge down Sigo, cross into the ledge of the stage, but even then, it only goes so far when you have the lance ground pound for the punish.
Now, Ailzo did a really good job of just running away with that stock damage-wise to the point where he gets a nice little downlight, turns it around, and the end sig is going to close off the stock smoothly, and he has a full stock lead for himself. If any character can even up a stock fast damage-wise, though, it is going to be Scarlet on Lance, and all he has to do here is get a couple good hits, not get woken up on like that, and he could be in a perfect position to win. We're seeing the damage come through, sending him into the orange. Sidelight Stare is going to do even more. He tries to go aggressive, get the KO. Not going to work, and the recovery is not going to connect either. He wants his KO early just so he can try to tag on damage. Now that we know that it's possible for him to get that damage, he just wants the KO. He can do it again next stock.
And Ailzo's purposely choosing not to play carefully right here to rack up as much damage as possible against a heavy defense like Scarlet. Does quite a bit of damage, though, before falling to that final stock, but now that buffer room is completely gone. Ailzo has to return to playing at least a little bit safer, but as I say that, we're seeing a huge combo starter there, but unable twice over to find the confirmation. But Lance is gone, weapon thrown in the air, keeping Navarro at bay, going for the weapon starve too. Oh, the slide charge down to nearly brought it back, but a second one doesn't connect either, and now Navarro knows, hey, I should be expecting to punish these signatures, but maybe realizing a little too late, as Ailzo pretty cleanly on that last stock confirms game number 1.
Nice side there. It's going to confirm that game, and then we have insta lock-ins again. This could be a possibly fast set if we don't see some adaptation come on from Navarro here, and the Ragnar is not going to get swapped off. But that's the scary thing. If the Ragnar gets adapted to, if we find a way to deal with it using the Scarlet, there's other picks waiting in the wings, right? So you have to be wary of that fact as well, because we have the Tori with some games, the Caspian with some games, the Bao with some games, the 20 games of Suri. Like there's definitely a consistency of the Katars, and then mixing with the Sword and Gauntlets. But he knows what he wants to play, and you have to be worried about it if you can't adapt fast enough. But as I'm saying that, the game is looking considerably similar to the first one, where in this first stock, Navarro is able to find himself some damage, some good hits, some combos, and even a signature.
The big difference this time, though, is that Ailzo racking up a lot more damage than before. Navarro's playing a lot more aggressive, much more punish heavy than we'd seen before. And the thing about Scarlet too is that she can be really set up heavy at times, given just her overall kit with the hammer and lance, but also really good pivoting with that lance to go for these instant punishes. The hammer seems to be the preferred weapon from Navarro. Ailzo's looking for an entry point, but these downlights are just stopping him directly in his tracks. Great punish with the side air. Going to keep Ailzo off stage now. It's a matter of the setup for Navarro to find some sort of effectiveness. But at this point, Remy, any signature from either one of these players will determine how this game will go and start to lead things off as Ailzo gets the first stock.
First stock goes the way of Ailzo again, just like we saw before, but this time, even Sidelight sending him off the map. And with this hammer in hand, all you need is one good hit, but that good hit is going to be hard to find. playing it patiently. He doesn't want to overcommit, and he doesn't want to starve the weapon just yet. Doesn't want to swap off. Weapon throw and then side air is going to confirm that stock, keeping the game relatively even, and the lance is going to be the weapon of choice to rack up even more damage.
Yeah, weapon cycling is going to prevent a little bit more time for Ailzo to find that weapon. Navarro, seemingly in the front wheel right now, has the control of neutral with that lance, and now it's Ailzo to play the reactive game. But times can turn so quickly, especially, wow, seemingly out of nowhere. A great sider into a GC down sig almost sends Navarro off to their final stock here. But they were able to recover thanks to the hands of that lance. Ailzo's up above looking for the dares, and there it is. Gravity cancel, side sig from Ailzo brings the lead back in handedly.
Now that was basically out of nowhere in that interaction, but it is something to keep in mind because we've seen these sigs come out so many times out of Ailzo here. Even ignoring the fact that he hasn't played this character too much, it's not level 100, it's only like level, lighter end of 30s. He's able to put in, later end of 30s, he's able to put in a lot of signatures into his kit here. GC side sigs, nice end sigs, and even the down sigs off stage and on map. So we're seeing, there's an experience gap here, but it's not mattering at all. Just the gameplay knowledge gap is showing.
Yeah, this has been so good from Ailzo. We saw that very, very long charged recovery. Navarro tried to use the bait out of Ailzo, throw them off their timings. And even then, Ailzo was able to drop down and still find that punish off of it. It's just a matter now of seeing whether or not Navarro can turn things around for this final stock. Was able to bring Ailzo down to 1 and now down to orange, effectively tying things up. Ailzo's off stage now. Weapon throw is out to make sure the ground pound will not come out against him. But even then, a down sig is going to keep Ailzo into the same cycle over and over again of getting punished just to get back on stage. Oh.
Wow.
What a turnaround. 1-1 now.
That game on its head. I promise you, I looked away for half a second, and then I looked back, and we just had a new champion. 1-1, and that adaptation towards the end there is just exactly what we're talking about. It's exactly what you need, and it's what's going to make Ailzo think, okay, maybe I have to switch here. Is it possible I have to switch here if he's able to bring it back like that? And if all the stocks look like that, you're going to get absolutely decimated.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
First weapon goes to Navarro. Hammer in play. Ailzo, no care at all about what weapon he goes up against. He's still just going for those entries off of the dares to find the combo starters. Puts Navarro in the spot where he has to play more reactively, goes for the side airs. Great job of maintaining the neutral, making sure that Ailzo has to be punished and maintain that distance all the way through. But he throws the hammer away. Navarro's trying to go for that lance, but instead gets starved out. The axe gone, and these guitars have found so much effectiveness in the last 2 games that there's no real reason to swap around. Look at this combo. Recovery into the air, and all it takes is one signature. Realistically, anyone at all, including a recovery from Ailzo, that gets the first stock again.
Now, this is a position we've seen him in multiple times, right? Where it's just like that slight deficit. Time to start building up damage, then we're going to have to switch to the hammer and get that knockout, or maybe we'll find it on the last here itself. The sidelight there is good. The down sig is going to confirm it, and I remember back in the days where that sig had no force. Thank God it's been changed for him there. I can tell he's wiping the sweat from his brow as we get into the second stocks here. The guitars are going to be picked up again, and the reeds are coming out here. 3-piece off the neutral there. Only a slight clapback with the sidelight down air.
Navarro tried to go for the read for the nair. Good recognition from Ailzo, though, to make sure not to get hit by it. Worst thing that Ailzo could do right now is be caught up by a nair and just have a lot of forceful counters against him. A lot of damage racked up. Navarro's got to be very careful, too. We're in that same situation again where any signature at all coming out from Ailzo, especially guitar recovery, could send them down to that final stock.
The dodge
it's 1-1.
Nice. Oh. Nice call out on the spot dodge. You can see just the patience. He waited so long that he was actually able to get that side light after and send the side air forward, knocking him completely off stage. Now Ailzo, he's still in the KO percent here. All Navarro needs is one good hit, but it's not coming free at all. Weapon throw is going to confirm and knock on his recovery.
Wow. Really good weapon throw coming out from Navarro there. 1-1 stock line in even game once again.
Oh my.
Okay, that's why you gotta be careful about those starters from Navarro. Ailzo's looking to avoid those nairs because it could lead into something like that. A near 0 to takedown.
This one down air just sends him into a side light down air, reads the crossover, gets another down air, side light down air, and it just didn't end. After that, you just have to look at your surroundings, think what is going on, how am I getting hit by all these hits? Is it Katars? Is it a stream weapon I'm playing against? No, it's Lance doing that to you.
Yeah, and that could just be so overwhelming. You have to wonder, will there be a legend swap going into this next game? APOC is banned out and we're going to Lions. No. Instead, just a little bit of a color change.
There's no legend swap, but this time he's hoping that maybe he'll have a little easier view of his character, I hope, because he went from, instead of going the dark skin on the dark background, he's now white on the dark background, so he wants to, blend in a little less, maybe have easier control over himself. That's the hope I go for, because after what happened on that last stock, you have to maybe just not be able to see your character or something.
His vision is blurring after just the raw
Yeah.
speed of Navarro there with the lance. I couldn't see! I can't catch up! But we'll have to wait and see now. I mean, Navarro.
It's happening again.
Going.
It's
oh
just happening
my
again.
God. Navarro! No matter where you go, the whole stage is all just grounded when you have a lance like this. And Ailzo, the steam is running out, it seems. He's just not able to find those same startups as he did in games 1 and 2.
Navarro is finding just caps worth of damage here, and it's actually working on this stock. He's able to send him up high before taking any damage. And why is this the story of this set? I know I talked about how close these two were, but literally these stocks are just going, alright, get someone to red, KO them, and even though you took no damage on your next stock, you're gonna get this into red and get KO'd without doing any damage. We're just trading back and forth on these stocks, and once again, we have an even game.
It's not even like a full download of each other's playstyle. It's more so just chipping away at small little adjustments and adaptations of each other. Like, oh, Navarro loves to go for the lance. Let me just watch out for the lance real quick. I'll play a little bit more Qatar gameplay to keep him at bay. And Ailzo has to play almost exclusively aerial to start these combos. He's going there, just to make sure Navarro can't be as effective with the lance anymore.
What a beautiful narrative.
See if this keeps on going, though. We may have lost Remy. That's okay. Because guess what? It keeps on going regardless. Red to red now between the two players. A great down sig sends Navarro into the sky. Guitars are out, recovery's in. Navarro only has one stock left. It's game 4 now. Oh, and it looks like the storm may have knocked out Remy's power. Sorry about that. I guess we'll have a solo queue. We'll have the K podcast style of casting here. But that's okay. Remy's on his way back. He is going to be back with us soon, but hopefully not before this game ends. Navarro struggling to keep up now against Ailzo. We talked about the small little adjustments made by both these players to ensure, okay, let me see what I can do to back around and make sure we can keep this effective as possible. And there it is, the axe going in deep on the ledge guard once more. The D-Sig very, very extended and long, trying to bait Navarro to go back onto the side of the ledge, met with only a neutral light. And now it's the slide. Ailzo, having that full axe in hand, waiting for the weapon pickup, throws the axe to try to start something, but he's unable to do so. Damage already applied, though. Navarro may be good to bring Ailzo down to their final stock, but still, that any signature at all, or a recovery just like that will send them away. We're going to game 5. We may be Remy-less for now, but hopefully he'll come back soon. Regardless, though, the games don't stop for any of us going down. It's all about the teams, all about the players and how they can continue on forwards. Lions was really, really effective when it came to seeing Ailzo knock it all back, but I'm wondering if we go to a larger stage back again. Let's see. No changes whatsoever. Higher defense,
Game
though, for the
5.
Scarlet Peg. We're back to Lions. For those who weren't keeping up, we have not been the Lions. Oh, actually, no, we were in the Lions just this last game. This was Ailzo's effective game. The first one that he was able to win since game number 1. That was on Apocalypse. He just has that motion. He has that control. He's tethered directly to Navarro. And sure, Navarro may have a little rocket lance, a great little mode of transportation, but when you have a little dragon roped behind, waiting for you to strike, anything is possible. It's up now for the jumps. The bunny hops around. A lot of spot dodges trying to be preemptively read into by Ailzo's side for Navarro to be caught out into. The nairs don't connect. I'm met immediately with a nair. Navarro trying to go for this mini weapon start. He doesn't want Ailzo to throw those guitars away and go for the axe. This lance has worked out so well, but he's puppy dog guarding this weapon spawn because he knows that Ailzo may try to go for it to end this stock. And there it is, a great startup again. No matter where you go with Navarro, you have ledges to worry about. Everywhere you go, including the air, it's all one gigantic piece of ground. But Ailzo's back once more, pivots back directly and starts with a dare into a side air, sending them all away. Navarro's down one stock. All it takes is a simple signature, even unarmed. Anything, including a recovery, could bring things to an even game once more. Navarro's by no means end of it just yet, but this is the very end. The side air comes through. 2 and 2 once more. It's a matter now of seeing now that the weapon's been picked up by Navarro. If Ailzo will be able to pick up a weapon themselves, and they do. In the midst of being hit by a bunch of pummeling damage by Navarro, he does get the guitars back. It's up to Navarro, though, to find these starters. Side air has been effective, but these down airs have been 50-50. It's been a great way for him to kind of reposition outside of Ailzo's grasp with those guitars. Ailzo has been starkly not going for any signatures at all in this game. The side air is underway, but Navarro overextends. Ailzo tries to punish with an unarmed recovery just to get Navarro out of the way and safely get that weapon, but it's not possible. Baited out once more, the recovery goes through and Navarro takes the lead back.
Now, we're looking at tournament stock here for Ailzo. Navarro is still on that second stock, and he's going to have to ride it. But we've just been talking about how close these two are, and skill double and endless are coming out and making it look exceptionally hard for him to tag on any more damage. The third end, like, not going to KO just yet, but it pushes them off stage to get side aired like that. Weapon throw, going to confirm that second stock, and they're down to the wire. Okay, it's a nail biter this set. 2-2,
really
one stock left apiece, and they've been playing it completely aggressive, and it doesn't look like either of them have any plans to slow it down as these hits are coming through.
No, speed is the name of the game. Whoever can be faster, whoever can get the most amount of hits right now and just completely control the other player will be the ones that win. Ailzo, deep orange, now into red. All it takes is one of those very powerful Scarlet recoveries to end it all here and end this tournament run.
The read, the dodge read is there, the double read, and the damage is even once again. Now it's just up to any of them to find the confirm.
The weapon throw. It stifles Ailzo and just enough time for Navarro to get that weapon spawn back. It's the lance. A sider is out. This might be the end of Ailzo here.
The
Weapon throw, keeping them at bay. The charged up down sig, but the startup wasn't there for Navarro. That could be the ultimate punish. Sent it in the air. The neutral sig. And Ailzo turns it around.
Now, the down sig was there, but we've seen that story too many times before. He's gone for that down sig more than it was worth for him at that point, because he went for it that time, and it cost him almost everything. As he goes for the sideline punish, can't figure out what to do next, and panics the recovery backwards. Ailzo, calm, cool, and collected, goes for it down.